today we have James on the call with us for our first ever jazz session. This is a bit of an experimental process that we're trying out today for the first time. So maybe we could start with James just giving a brief couple of points about your metaphysical maps and models.
Well, thanks, Alex. I appreciate you having me on, and I'll do my best to, I guess, reiterate what I believe in. Um, well, in short, I believe in something where I'm working on ideas. I'm still in the process of personally integrating this worldview, but um, it's based on something called coexistence theory. It's the idea that void and existence coexist, which is deeply paradoxical. And my worldview, for all intents and purposes, is something you could call, or that is called, dual aspect monism. At least that's the closest that gets to pinning down what I believe in, or seem to be working towards believing in. And it's it's really not something that most people are into, I think, in the philosophical community, but I do find it something that it's the majority of people in general do believe in nothingness. It's just that they don't think about what that means. So I find that interesting and important. Yeah, so the idea that there are paraconsistent logics and that they can actually be used to understand or be, let's say, translated into regular logic so that we can accept a non-existent variable, is how I put it technically, that represents void, I think is important. And the one guy I can point to in my camp that would have any kind of legitimacy would be Graham Priest. So that would be a good reference for anybody who really wants to go deeper.
Awesome. Thanks. And you actually mentioned that you're still integrating some of these maps. I was curious to know what.
I'm a firm believer in practicality, pragmatism, much as it might not seem like it, because this is like the most abstract you can get. Metaphysics, I mean. So I'm trying to integrate, I believe in integrating our ideas and trying them out. So that process involves me what I call crystallizing paradoxes. So trying to understand a given situation or experience in human consciousness, my own, of course, through the lens of paradoxes, and to try to see what kind of truth I can get at, or if not truth, some sort of mechanism for balance. So if I can connect two things that seem contradictory, diametrically opposite, and find the missing link, or the way to understand how these two parts fit together, despite all evidence against to the contrary, to me, that's called crystallizing a paradox. And that's how I integrate it into my life, and I move forward with that in mind. So I'm perpetually never living on one side or the other of an issue. I try to always live in the gray, I guess.